I don't know why there's a timer now. But it's not super practical. We're just waiting on Twitch to connect. Then we'll start the music, then we'll switch to the phone, which almost didn't work. Because, of course, when there's an update, when I need to stream, they always upload said update like 5 minutes before I start. Like, I keep booting the software once in a while, every day, to make sure the update is there, and can't frickin' win, can I? Okay, Twitch is on, YouTube is on, Twitter is on. Super. Picarto, I wrote off Picarto for now because their API just does not want anything to do with Restream. There's only so much installing and reinstalling you can do before you go fuck it. So we are switching. Whoa. You are loose, my man. Yeah, it was aligned before I got online, but apparently it didn't feel like staying that way. Eventually I will have a much better rig than what I have right now, which is super loose. Because the real problem is down there at the foot of my phone holder. Like, there should be an extra screw down here to keep it from turning, but nope. Because obviously this is a drafting table, so of course it's at an angle. Like, you guys should see what my rig looks like when I'm filming on top of my drafting table. I got two super long wires going over my desk. One for the phone, which I'm using as a camera, and one for the microphone, which I move from the left side of my desk to the right side. So there's these two giant wires as I'm trying to reach for my mouse and keyboard. Oh, there is somebody on Twitch. Hello, somebody on Twitch. I'm going to pose the rules. Because it's important to pose the rules. Then we're going to start the music. Because it's important to start the music. We're going to put it a little higher. Because the whole idea is for you guys to be able to hear it. And because I'm not streaming on Facebook anymore, I am able to actually make sure you guys can hear it without being told copyright infringement weh, on music that I got a license to. Because apparently they expect you to write your own original music as you draw, apparently. And I also just fixed something. Now everybody that's going to try to chat to me personally is going to get a link to my Linktree to watch me on stream, because if you want to talk to me so bad, you can do it here. So, now if I'm done complaining for 5 little seconds, we're going to get this started. Oof, I'm gonna lower the light a little bit because it's right in my retinas. Today, of course, is the Colors of the Month Challenge. Y'all remember that last weekend I was not able to actually film it because it was thundering outside and we're in a the electricity is going to cut if there's too much thundering, because Canadian electricity is very scared and very easy to startle. So we're doing it this weekend. Colors of the month this month is Lemonade, Fruit Punch, Sunny D with one N so we don't get copyright infringed, and Kool-Aid, spelled K-E-W-L, for the same reason. Therefore, the colors I picked for that, as best I could, because I had some colors that were dry, some colors I just don't own, and some colors that Chameleon doesn't quite get. So for Lemonade, if I'm not mistaken, I picked in Copics YR24 Pale Sepia, which is yellower than one would think. Fruit Punch is R05 Salmon Red. Would have picked my R24, but it's dry and I don't have a refill. So if you guys see all the donation thingies at the bottom of the screen so I can get myself some refills, that'd be nice. Though I think it's the Salmon Red that's half dry, if I remember well, actually. And my R24 is actually just not quite the right shade. Then YR16 Apricot. Regardless, I need a refill for one of my reds, so don't be shy. Pay no attention to the Apple Watch, seeing as it's a second hand that was given to me by my parents. And honestly, Lord knows that I need it because I get so many notifications in a day, and it's much easier to see if it's job-related ones or emails on it. So it's really a work tool. Finally, BG05 Holiday Blue. And in the Chameleon, I picked, where's the number? Maybe if I put it right side up. There we go. YO2 Mellow Yellow. RD3 Vermilion. J'ai failli manquer de dire ce mot-là. OR3 Tangerine. And finally, BL3 Sky Blue. We've only got 3 prompts this time. Like, the Venn diagram of people that demand free art and people that are offered free art is 2 circles. I mean, because I'm like, the difference between, and where my card? Right here. The difference between a Color of the Month challenge prompt in a free art is that the prompt, I pick the color to pose everything. You give me the character, but I pick everything else. Free art, you're not getting any because people that ask for free art while ignoring the prompts expect me to shit out like this super huge, every single color of the world, super detailed piece for free. And that's not happening. So let's see. Oh, this is going to be fun. Because it's actually one of my favorite characters. Which of course was a coincidence because nobody knows what I like. Okay, that's not true. With the way I've been drawing lately, everybody knows that I like Dragon Quest XI. Like just before I started working on this morning, all I did was make base models and clip for all the characters that I plan to have Riza interact with, so that's all the playable cast and Davi. I'm guessing eventually I'll have to make models for Riza's parents and Jasper, because she does interact with Jasper in the fic. Like, you're free to ask questions about the fic. I don't plan actually on posting it anywhere because I'm not a writer. So, but I will draw some scenes from it. Because, quite honestly, I really love Riza. She's adorable. She's an idiot, but she's adorable. Can you already guess who I'm drawing? So because there's only 3 prompts instead of 4, I'm probably gonna try to talk more, like way more than usual. I'm gonna do my best at least. But yeah, as I was saying, part of the fun of the Colors of the Month challenge is asking people for prompts. They don't know what color I'm going to use, and I don't know what they're going to ask me. And then, like, literally, I don't plan my colors once I get the characters. Because it's supposed to be a challenge. So I'm making it as challenging as possible for me. I still didn't get my Dick Blick order, and I'm a little pissed because now it's been 3 weeks. It's bound to show up eventually. Plus I've found some storage for paper, but of course the piece I want is from an American store, and the shipping is doubling the price of the entire piece of furniture, and I can't do that. So of course I've asked for some help online to locate a Canadian supplier that has something similar, because I've seen these paper storage thingies as displays in stores, so there must be a supplier that makes these affordable. No answer yet. So what I'm probably going to do is I'm going to harass Alfonso. Maybe he knows. Oh, that eye is not looking good. It's a little too tilted. Gonna untilt it a tad. I love this thing. I got this off of AliExpress, and it's still on the first battery, and I've had it for months. Well, while I'm here, I'm going to test. I don't need it for that, but this is a duck feather brush that I got recently off of the Deleter website. Sadly, it was the American Deleter website, which cost me an arm and a leg, because for some reason they double the price depending on if you're shopping on Deleter USA or Deleter Japan. So if you're shopping, whenever possible, go on Deleter Japan. Only reason I didn't buy it off of Deleter Japan is not because of the time it would have taken, because I could wait, was because for some reason they didn't have it in stock on Deleter Japan. Oh, that's a better eye. Yeah, I got the duck brush, which I lovingly call the duck butt brush, because I've noticed that with my regular dust brush, sometimes the bristles are so hard that I actually push down when I try to wipe off pencil crumbs, and then it leaves streaks, and then I cry a lot. So that's why I got the duck brush. Of course, I only got the duck brush because it's nice and large. Because when you're working on small stuff, or if you don't want a brush made out of duck butt, you can just grab yourself a fan brush. This is literally a bootleg fan brush off of the unicorn makeup set that I already own. I just bought a bootleg just so I could do this. I just feel that the bristles are softer than the actual paintbrush. The fan paintbrush is made to apply paint. Makeup fan brush is made to wipe off some extra makeup dust that might have fallen on your cheeks while applying eyeshadow. So that's why I got it. It works well. But I got the duck brush anyway because I don't always work in 2.5 by 3.5. And I don't think I want to spend like 20 minutes going like this on an 11 by 17. Of course, this would work better if I actually stay in the frame. I'm gonna lengthen this a bit so we can avoid tangents. Could have made like, what's his name, Grover 2.0 or Grover 3.0, like super Grover, but this Super Grover is the one I grew up with, so I'm doing classic Super Grover because I'm the boss. See, this is what I mean by free quote-unquote art when doing the color challenge, because you're free to suggest who you want me to draw, but I decide the rest, and that's it. And if you're not happy with my choice, well, my price list is in my link tree. Snap, crackle, pop, Kellogg's Rice Krispies. So what I'm probably going to do here is probably do a mix of line art and going straight in with the marker because of the colors I got. And well, this is Grover. He's fluffy. I'm gonna grab a quick sip of my tea before it gets too cold and I drink it cold as usual. Earl Grey, for those who are curious. Just realized I think I forgot to remove something off of my coffee shop because I sold it on my Etsy shop. Hope I remember it after the stream. I'm gonna see if I can move my... There we go. Oh yeah, that's better for me. So this is literally going to be a Kool-Aid Grover. Gonna do my best to keep the texture of the one layer. Of brush because, like I said, this is Grover. He's supposed to look very fluffy. And this is why when purchasing Copics I would recommend either the Sketch or the Chow, but preferably the Sketch, because Sketch and Chow both have the chisel nib, which is on the other end, and the brush nib, and you can just do more with the brush nib than with the bullet nib, which is on the classic Copics. Now, why I would recommend the Sketch more over the Chow, yes, the Chow are cheaper, but they contain less ink. Wait, am I still... Oh, I'm sorry, guys. I was so busy recommending, I didn't even notice. Speaking of recommending, if you're following my Twitter or my Facebook page, So Very Unofficial, I recently posted a mini speech bubble tutorial because I was explaining them to one of my friends because he was doing some unsavory stuff with speed bubbles, and I was like, no, 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 no. And I decided to post the examples that I made. But Shiro, who are you to critique other people's art and how they do speech bubbles and stuff like that? I'm an award-winning creator, okay? And I'm going to ride that high either forever, or even more forever if I ever win another award. And I choose to use my powers for good instead of evil. Like literally this year's theme is I will help you, this is a threat. Of course, I prefer to wait until being asked for help because it's kind of a little bit rude to just go on people's art and go, I know how to fix this. Like, they probably don't even know if something needs fixing. Lord knows my art needs fixing. And I'm also not the type to go, this is shit, give up. I'm not well known for giving up, so it's not something I will tell other people to do. I love the way his fur is coming out. So yeah, just little flicks like that and you can get some sort of texture. I don't know if you guys can see it in the arms. I can see it, and that's all that matters. It's a little dark on top, but maybe if I put it up here, I would need like 3 million lights all around me. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go take my big light. Hang on. Just gotta wait for it to warm up because it's one of those older style before LED, that twisty bulb that I'm waiting on it to give up the ghost. But then it should be brighter in here for you guys soon enough. Now, I'm a little annoyed. Well, I'm a lot annoyed for several different reasons, but recently I decided to play Origami King again, and I'm starting to wonder if there's a bug in my copy that fucks with my controller. Because right now I'm using an 8-bit Do, because I got tired of trying to fix my, my Joy-Cons. And, like, it's been working perfectly this entire time. Then I started playing Origami King, and then it starts sticking to the right, and then sticking to the left. And I have to go into settings and recalibrate my controller at least twice before it behaves again. And I don't like that. So that's why if I'm wondering if there's a bug in my copy. I have buggy copies of several games. I suspect my copy of Breath of Fire 3 is bugged. I know my copy of Epic Mickey is bugged. And every single copy of Final Fantasy VI for SNES is bugged. That one's not just me. If you go in the dinosaur forest and end up on the 4 frogs battle, you will get, all your party will get random and multiple status ailments. And the only way to get out of it is to run away with your characters that can still move. And then shit happens. One time, like, the results are totally random. Sometimes nothing happens in your inventory. Sometimes things do happen. One time, when me and Mike's ran away from battle from one of these buggy situations, I ended up with 98 gem boxes. Gem boxes are a relic that lets you cast any spell for only 1 MP. And I had 98 of them. And then my younger cousin deleted the file because she couldn't understand the difference between file 1, file 2, and file 3. She was 12. I was pissed. It must have been an attention deficit thing. Because she did some really dumb things as a kid, but like she works in law now, so it's not like she's terminally stupid. But she was something when she was a kid. Like, this is the same girl that we went to what we call the Grand Canon locally. And it's basically you visit underground bunkers from World War II. And she kept banging herself against walls. Like it's underground and there is no lighting because it's underground outside. It's bunkers and trenches. And she kept banging herself on the walls and stuff like that. And I turned around to ask her if she was okay. She had her sunglasses on her face. Are you kidding me? Intensifies. This is a really beautiful blue-green. Okay, so I'm going to use a darker one for his lip. Here's hoping I have enough in the barrel. Overlap so we have a little line art. And now we're going to overlap again. So we have the inside of his mouth, a darker color. Or else it's going to stay looking really weird. I'm doing that hyper focusing thing again. I'll use the apricot for that. Even if they are the same color, it's just to add some contrast. It looks like super Gatorade. Oh, it really looks like super Gatorade. So yeah, I'm probably going to do his cape orange because there's already enough red at his mouth, and it's a really bright red, so... And I'm going to use the blue on this helmet. I am allowed some black and white, but whenever possible I try to avoid the black. It makes it more interesting, I feel. So I'm thinking for the 3D models, well, I say 3D models, they were 3D bases. The idea is not to reproduce the characters, just their overall body type and size and height compared to each other. I'm going to try and upload them on the Clip Studio Assets store and give them generic names so as to not be hit with copyright bullshit again. Model's gonna be free anyway, still. Oh yes, definitely this one that's getting dry. Oh my god. So yeah, donate so I can get a refill. Please and thank you. Donate so I can get a rolling ruler so I can do these more equally. One. Gonna leave it on here for now while I take a sip and then we'll switch to the other prop. Eventually I would like to make a VTuber, but the software is expensive. Like, I understand the basics, and I've been practicing with a model of Riza, because, well, Riza is love, Riza is life. But I had done a face rig, and I tried to save it, and it wouldn't let me save it, and I was sad, and the software wants like $600. Up you go, Grover. Oh! Oof, I didn't break it. I hooked my air gun with my elbow. It's okay. Lucas the spider voice. I'm okay. Let's see if I can make a more dynamic pose. I used to have this giant electric eraser that I ended up throwing out finally. Like, I know I keep a lot of stuff, but some of it is because my parents kind of tend to be a slightly hoarderish, not horrible, need to be on TLC for an intervention levels, but they do keep stuff that we don't need to keep, to put it bluntly. And I had to sneak behind them to throw away the old electric eraser. I was not using it, it was obsolete, it couldn't keep a charge anymore. And just this week, I actually had to wait until my dad had his seasonal job to throw away some teas that I knew I was never going to drink, that I got as gifts or hand-me-downs from Nana. Like, I understand keeping things as memories or as keepsakes and stuff like that, but like food, my dad literally has some Jello from 1968, 1985 in the pantry, not even on display or anything. It's in the pantry, nobody's going to touch it, and it's still there. There's a stereo we haven't used in over 15 years that I keep telling them to throw away. I want to keep the speakers. Keep the speakers. Throw the fucking stereo away. Stereo's still here. I have a TV I need to get rid of. Well, technically there's two TVs that I don't use, but I'd like to keep one CRT TVs. And as long as the one I want to keep works, then I can try to sneak the other one out. Like, I like my see-through purple TV, but I'm not super using it, and I have another literal Mickey Mouse TV, like red with the ears as speakers, same size. It's basically the exact same, just, you know, Mickey Mouse themed. So I'd like to keep that one, but if I have to make a choice between them, I will definitely keep the Mickey Mouse TV and get rid of the purple one. Alright, gonna color this in a couple seconds, just need a sip. I'm trying to remember the name of this thing. I know it's a monster from Dragon Quest, and quite clearly it's a mole. But I don't remember which one right now. This is a very fancy mole with a golden shovel. Of course, I had a lighter shade for Kool-Aid, but it's dried up. So, yeah, you know the drill. Can't exactly fill up with a dark color, so I could get away with it with Grover because it was already blue, but this is a bit too much for this little guy. So we're going to fake it with texture. I like action lines, sue me. So here we go, one of the mole enemies from Dragon Quest. I'm probably just going to add a bit more right here and here. Just for that little bit of extra depth. There we go. This is good. Third prompt. Wow, that one was really stuck there. And this one might take a bit more time. Oh dear. I can't even sharpen my little nub anymore. You would think. But like it's kind of a little bit loose regardless in my pin pole extender. So it's not like I can I? No, it doesn't even fit. And I just put my fingers in my glasses because of course I did. Of course, y'all probably noticed I didn't use my eraser at all, even after I advertised my eraser shaving brushes, because I'm actually using them when I'm working with colored pencils, because those are the one that makes all the messes. The more you know. I'm not liking this mode. I'm still here, obviously, since I'm drawn. But I'm kinda hyper focused right now. This is the last prompt, but as you can see, not the easiest compared to the other two. Another sip, and then we're going to color and ink. A little bit of both. Taking my time. With the colors I've been dealt with. I am so focused right now. Because I'm just constantly flipping over, like, what color is this? What color is this? What color is this? And then quickly make the switch in my head. It sounds fun in my head, it's really not. I'm gonna try something real quick on the side. Yeah, it works. Okay, it works. So what I'm probably going to do is I'm going to put a layer of yellow on her hair first and then shade with blue. So like that we're not gonna get one big weird green mess. So we'll have some yellow highlights. So there'll be some sort of depth in the colors because of the yellow undertone. And I know some yellow will show up. We'll see when we get there. What's the point of doing a challenge if you're not going to experiment? Because her hair is supposed to be green. So I'm gonna try. Does not look like it, but I know what I'm doing. Oh, that would be a great time to try out my new white ink, actually. Where's my blender? Maybe I can convince the line to be smoother. If I do a quick rub down. Or get a slight painterly effect by rubbing a blender. I'm pretty sure I'm allowed blenders. If I'm allowed black and white, I should be allowed to blend. Because the real purpose of a blender is to take off ink. But if you can use it to your advantage, Gonna wait on her to dry just a little bit before I put the white ink. Well, I try to decide what I'm gonna do in the background. I think this has gotta be my favorite effect to do with brush pens. C'est stupide, mais ça marche. I hate when I miss the cap and I mess up my... at least it was easy to get rid of. There we go. Gonna wait for it to dry just a little bit more. I'm gonna go get my white ink. Have more tea, because that's my life. Oh. From the feel of it, it didn't dry up yet, so that's good. So the white ink I'm going to try this time is the Deleter White 2, which is supposed to be very opaque. Works best with the dip pens and brushes. I do have a dip pen, but I do not feel like fucking around with that right now, so I'm gonna go... Well, first of all, I'm going to open my water bottle. Then I'm going to go for my favorite brushes, which are... where's the other one? There it is. Which are the Kuretake inking brushes. But Deleter has a set too, which I assume is pretty good because Deleter knows their shit. Gentle. Yeah, the water bottle is under the cable for my camera. Because, yeah, that's my life. I'm gonna humidify the big one. Oh, that sounded $5.95 a minute, didn't it? Because that's the thing with these, is that no matter the size, look at the beautiful point on this thing. And I've had this for years. I'm a really big, huge fan of Kuretake products. And one of the things I'm waiting on my Diglett order, which is still not here yet, is a set of Kuretake watercolors. Well, Gansai Tambi. That I did not have in the set I already have. Like, I bought the full big set, and like a week later they released the new colors, and I was like, fuck! I was not a happy camper. And now, like, a year, 2 years later, I finally was able to afford getting the rest of the colors. And I'm waiting on them. All right. You didn't dry up, did you? Oh, you still got your little... yeah. Oh, look at it. And I got some on my thumb because of course. And I tried to wipe it off and now it's all over my thumb. Alright, let's see what you're worth. The liter white 2. I'm taking a chance putting it right here. Now would not be the time to sneeze. Man, this is working pretty well. And a dot, and a dot, and a dot, and a dot. And some shine. And there we go. Now this is thick ink, so I'm going to rinse that brush right away. We're going to whack the bejesus out of it. And rinsed, and look at that beautiful point. The Kuretake brush, well, any brush made like this, you can just keep the point with water. And if it fluffs out when it's dry, doesn't matter. You wet it again and it's back to being absolutely perfect. So yes, this is, I'm probably gonna pronounce it wrong. Azelis, whoops, get back up here you. Azelis from Saga Frontier. She was actually my very first character when trying to play it, and I'm not talking the remake that they recently came out with. I have the original PlayStation disc, and never start with Azelis. Like, she's got one of the most interesting stories, but if you don't know what you're doing, she's going to be a pain in the ass to play with. Her story is very difficult for first-timers. And I never went far in Saga Frontier anyway. I never went far in any of the Saga games that I got. Some of them I just lost attention for it. Couldn't stay focused. Not a fan of the gameplay, really. And one of them is because it completely sucks as the world's worst game. Like, totally unplayable. Like, Techno's Secret of the Stars for SNES is bad, but the Saga I'm talking about, I think it's Saga Unlimited. I hope I'm not using the wrong name, but it's one of the sagas for PlayStation 2, if I'm not mistaken, and it's absolutely horrible. Completely unplayable garbage. Like, at least Techno Secret of the Star you can play. It's bad, but you can play. Somewhat. So, yeah. This is a character from one of the good sagas. Gonna zoom out a little bit so we get a look at the other two prompts, which are Super Grover from Sesame Street, and I think this is called a Mischievous Mole, the specific one that I was asked. and Azelis, this is from Dragon Quest, obviously, and Azelis from Saga Frontier. And we are done for today. Because, well, I am tired now. Drawing like this is very tiresome, but enjoyable. I'm not gonna complain. Except that now my tea is cold. But, and on top of that, I got to try out my, my Deleter white ink. Nice and thick and opaque. Like, usually I would use a Posca pen for that. But, I've been meaning to get more ink because my Copic white ink was good, but it dried up and crystallized. My Dr. P.H. Martin white ink was good, but it crystallized too, so I'm hoping because the Deleter is in a different type of bottle than the other two. And the other two were in glass bottles. One had a plastic cover and the other one had a metal cover. And after a while, the seal started getting bad on both of them, which is what made the ink inside dry up. So I'm hoping this one with a thinner plastic cover, but a little foam top, as you saw, or as you heard, because I don't even remember if I showed it on camera, and a plastic bottle, the seal will be better and it won't dry up. So we are done for today. And as usual, with every end of stream, extra special chocolate covered caramel drizzle thanks to my patrons on Patreon, Amber B, Jeff B, Paul K. Your constant support is extremely appreciated. It helps me get more art supplies to give you guys more art. So that's it for the Color of the Month Challenge art. Next one is going to be, if time and